another jar, because I've gone too far, and there's just no returning for me. And I didn't have any more rhymes than jar and far. I think we should be impressed I made it that far. I rhymed far with far. Even better. Anyway, yep, no, what I'm doing here, incredibly stupid. That's a good idea. And then I changed my mind on what I was doing. Because the original characters that, I was doing this for, I ended up deciding that if I do them, I think I'm going to do them on a bigger jar. Because my other two characters kind of invaded my mind, and the original idea of them I thought might be fun to work with. And this is another one where I think I like the idea more than the execution, even if I don't know exactly what was wrong with the execution, other than maybe just details could have been better. But I do like the idea of it, and I wouldn't say it's my least favorite jar. I hate to say that the Azure and Cayenne one of my Little Jar series might be my least favorite, but I think I might go back and add a detail to that to help that one out a little bit. We'll see. But for now, we're going to try and refocus on this jar. Look, blue! So I wanted to do a white and a light blue at the top, and then have a more medium to dark blue to black on the bottom, which is the only time I actually did an ombre on any of these. And I know it could have been better in spots, of course, but I have to remember there's probably no such thing as a perfect blend, because I think I try and make the blend as smooth as possible to the point where it's impossible. And it's just so many things go wrong when I touch things. Yeah. I had to mix some metallic orange for the little sun rays, and I tried to lighten up the gold for the sun, and came up with some interesting colors. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Would I have picked them on my own? I'm not sure. Probably not. Especially because metallic paint is a little more expensive than normal paint, which, understandably so, yes. But I just don't know if I would have picked those colors on my own, but for the purposes of what I was doing, it was fine. Also, I went very, very simple on the details of this, just because it felt like it fit the theme I was going with better. And these are actually two more characters that I haven't even really drawn or done anything with in a good long while. But I just wanted to bring them back. I've been thinking about them a little bit more again lately, so we'll see if I get around to making a sketch of either of them. Well, I did, just it wasn't a very good sketch. And it's nothing I wanted to try and clean up and color and all that jazz. So we'll see if we get there. Also, I swear there was some kid's book about a kid with a purple crayon and he drew a moon, and that's what this moon makes me think of every time. And I didn't want to do white, because there was already a lot of white, and I didn't want it to get lost in everything else, especially because the sun was its own color. But yeah, basically, the rough idea was sun themed and moon themed twins, where I named, they're twin boys, and I named the white haired one May, but I spelled it M-A-E instead of M-A-Y, because he was born on the very last day of May. And then the other one is black haired. He's got a little bit of blue in it. That's because of his friend. They did that together, because why not? And I named him June, because he was born on the very first day of June. I always named him Jude, I was highly considering that, but the fact that, they could be named after their birth months, because apparently their parents are lazy or something, that I can get behind that. I like that idea too much. I had to go with it. And I do like their names. A lot. But, yeah, so June is for the moon, May is for the sun. And I can't say I ever really felt like I fleshed out this idea well enough to really say it was an idea, I guess, or really had any sustenance to it. But maybe someday it will get there. So my camera really did not want to pick up me repainting the white on the heart, because I just felt like the top was too boring. And ever since I did that sky pin video, which is like one of my first, when I started doing weekly videos, it may have been my first after I did a couple of that statue shorts. Anyway, so ever since that, I have really, really dreaded even the thought of having to try and paint clouds, because they just never look right when I try and do them. Like, I know it's nature and they're supposed to be random, and like, I know there's different types of clouds too and all that jazz, but I feel like it looks like I try too hard to make them look random, and then they just look dumb. And I just have not been able to mentally make myself try and do clouds. Otherwise, I would have putted some clouds on top. Maybe I could have done some cutouts or something. I don't know. I'd say it's a little late now, but it's not like I can't go back. I'm really tired today, and I don't even want to think about going back. So, yeah. We're just gonna roll with it for now. If I do touch-ups, I don't know if I'm gonna, like, make it a short or whatever, because there's a couple I could do some detailed touch-ups on, but it is what it is. And speaking of that, here is the final badoo-badoos. Yeah, I think I pictured the sun looking a little bit different overall, but I do like the fact that I changed the blue on the bottom, even though you can't really see it unless the top is off, but I do think that helps a lot. And then, of course, I knocked off the moon, and I had to replace it, and I did end up putting it where I wanted to originally. So there's that, I guess. So there it is before, there it is after. Which, honestly, I should have maybe put the moon up a little higher and angled it, because it looks kind of dumb as it is. But, again, too tired to fix it. But anyway, here's my jar collection as a whole. And even though I'm not happy with every single thing about every one of them, mostly with the small jars, I do still love looking at this thing as a whole and showing my obsessiveness. And hopefully you guys like it too. Let me know either way down below and what you would have done differently. But until then, bye-bye!